This edition of MacVoices is sponsored by lynda.com, the unparalleled online video training library. For a free 10-day unlimited trial, visit lynda.com/MacVoices. And by iChart Magazine, putting Apple and tech news in focus. Subscribe in iTunes or find out more at iChartMag.com. Welcome to MacVoices. This is the Talk of the Mac community. I'm Chuck Joyner. Folks, I'm happy to welcome back to MacVoices an old friend. We haven't talked to him for a while, and it's about the right time of year to talk to him at Macworld, except there is no Macworld this year. So, Oliver Breidenbach of Boinx Software, welcome to MacVoices remotely.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's a blast to be back. And it's been too long a time. Yeah.
It's been way too long a time. It's been way too long a time, and while we'll get into this a little later, we will be getting to see each other in person in Las Vegas at NAB in a few weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm so looking forward to that, not only to meeting you, but the show in general. We have lots of exciting stuff to show there, and we'll have a nice little 10 by 10 booth, and we'll be showing very cool stuff.
Great. Well, I'll look forward to talking to you there about that.
Okay.
But now we're here to talk about PartySnapper, something that I've beta tested a little bit. You've had in development for a while, and now it's out, and it serves kind of a unique purpose. You guys always find interesting things to do with images and graphics and how we use them. And I'll let you tell us what PartySnapper does.
So PartySnapper is a social photo wall app. You use one iOS device, your iPad, for example, and hook that up to a screen or a projector. And you invite your party guests to download the PartySnapper app to their iPhones. And as long as they are at your party, they can snap pictures. And the pictures will be transmitted directly from their iPhones in real time to the photo wall and show up there. So everybody gets to participate, everybody gets to be a photographer at your party, and in the end you have all the pictures that they've taken on your iPad, and you can turn them into a photo album or share them on Facebook or whatever. And that's a really interesting thing to keep people engaged, and do something at the party that's fun. And I mean, they play with their iPhones anyway, so why shouldn't they do something that benefits you as a party host?
I think this is a fantastic idea. There was a time that I tried to do something like this for an event that I was working on with PhotoStream, having things shared in, but you could never take advantage of all the iPhones in the room, all the cameras, and have it done in real time. It just never worked out quite that way. PartySnapper would seem to solve this problem, and as you said, let everybody participate, everybody be a photographer for you.
Yeah, that's exactly the idea, and we purposely didn't build it on a web service. It's a local system that keeps the photos locally in your party. Nothing gets transmitted out. You don't even, in the new version that's coming up, you don't even have to have a Wi-Fi setup. You can use the phones and the iPad communicate through a technology called Wi-Fi Direct. And this is the same thing that's used for AirDrop, and so it's easy to connect to this thing. You don't have to have an internet connection that works. You can do it at a remote location. All these kinds of things were considered when we did that or made that design decision. So yeah, I hope that this solves your problem.
I'm really excited to play with this. The Wi-Fi Direct is an interesting choice, and it's a great choice because this means that I don't have to open up my Wi-Fi network to my guests or my event or whatever. That I can, in fact, I can even do it if I'm doing an event like this, say at a hotel or off-site. I don't have to pay for their internet either. It's just all in one self-contained package.
Yes, and also we use iBeacon technology. So if someone has the app installed on their iPhone and they walk into your next party, they will automatically be notified that there's a party going on that they contribute to. So that's a cool another cool use of the technology that's built into iOS.
Now, call me a little paranoid about this, but what if somebody in the next house over, I'm having a party and they decide they aren't happy that they weren't invited, and they try to inject photos into PartySnapper? Is there a way to block someone or keep them out?
Yes. If you are very concerned about security, I would recommend to set up your own Wi-Fi and protect it with a key, so that only people that you give a password to can join the Wi-Fi. And then the thing is also that you can't sniff the pictures out of the air. So if you are concerned about privacy in that regard, that helps a lot. The other thing is, if you have a party and some people submit pictures that you don't like, first of all, of course, you can remove them from being displayed on the photo wall. They will still stay on your iPad, but they won't show up. So you can quickly take out pictures that show inappropriate content or something like that. And the other thing is that if someone keeps submitting objectionable pictures, you can block them, and then the PartySnapper host app won't take any more pictures from that particular iPhone.
It's I mean, it's too bad we have to talk about the downside, but let's get it out of the way. And that's
Sure.
that's a very good idea, because there's always someone that has to take it a little too far.
Well, personally, I think it's for the kind of party that we designed it for, it's probably not such a big issue, because people police themselves through social. You know these people and you can talk to them. But of course, if you are running a more or less public event, then you have to think about these things. And for the really big events, we're planning to add a moderation feature, even, so that you have to approve pictures before they appear on the wall. So one moderator will have an iPhone or an Apple Watch or whatever that displays all the incoming images, and you can say this is approved or this is not approved, to even take it a step further. This is a plan we have for the future. It's not there yet, but we are certainly thinking about these issues, and we plan to address them.
I think I heard you say Apple Watch, Oliver.
No, is that not allowed yet? No, they are not on. They are not in. They're not under non-disclosure anymore, right? Everybody knows about them. So,
but it sounds like you are starting to think about the Apple Watch as a control service or something more than just displaying the pictures.
Yeah, we have some ideas for the Apple Watch. However, it's now like it was with the first iPhone, right? The SDK doesn't really give you that kind of control over the hardware that you would like to have as a developer. So we have to just sit back and see if Apple ever opens up the platform enough so that we can do the ideas that we have. Easy stuff like the moderation feature for PartySnapper can already be done, and we will certainly investigate that. But we have more interesting ideas, but they are not possible to do yet.
So I want to make sure I have this clear. You're taking the pictures of all the iPhones, and they are coming to my iDevice, and I'm storing them there. So I get a copy of these after the party, and so I need to have a little room ready, I guess, for the receiving of these pictures.
Yes, yes, you have to have some space available on the iDevice that you take as a party host, the one that displays the photo wall. The pictures also stay on. The photographer can also turn on that the pictures stay on their iPhones as well. So you have both. You both have the pictures. on the one hand, the person who took the pictures, and the other hand, the party host has also a copy of the pictures.
Do you, in any way, the pictures that come to me as the host, do they get tagged with who took them so I can give credit or responsibility, as the case may be?
That's a good question that I can't actually answer. I know that it's not exposed yet. I don't know if we save actually the metadata into the picture yet, but that's certainly something that is a good idea. And if it's not done yet, then we will certainly add it to the wish list and the feature list for future releases.
Now, again, I want to be very clear here. You're using the PartySnapper app, so I'm taking pictures within the PartySnapper app, not within the Photos app or the Camera app or any of my other camera apps.
We actually support or have an iOS 8, what is that name of that thing, service thingy? What is the name, Bastian?
Share extension.
Share extension, yeah. We have an iOS 8 share extension, actually. So you can use your Photos app and send pictures directly from the Photos app or from the Camera app or from any other app that supports sharing extensions to PartySnapper.
So in theory, I could take the photo, do a manipulation to it, the inevitable filters, and then share it. It's not
absolutely.
But yes. I don't have to. I could just click and it'll go.
Yeah, the most easiest way is to actually take the pictures with the PartySnapper app, and that's the quickest way to get the pictures onto the photo wall. But of course, you can take any photo capturing app and photo manipulation app and actually change the image or manipulate it before you transmit it to the photo wall.
Oliver, do I have the option to take pre-taken photos or maybe even graphics and send it to PartySnapper? Yes,
you can pick photos from your photo roll and send them to the photo wall. And as a party host, you can even preload some pictures onto your iPad and start the photo wall with some pictures already filled into your party.
Great. You guys have thought of everything. Because I'm sitting here thinking from my personal use cases, just these are some things that I might want to do depending on how it's set up, and you've thought of and addressed them.
So we had a lot of time to think about it.
Yeah. So how about now let's talk about the photo wall itself. How are the images displayed? Do they rotate? Does one stay up until the next one comes in? How does that all work?
So there's 5 different themes that you can pick from. One is called a stream, which is sort of like a mosaic of photos that scrolls through the photo wall. That's my personal favorite. We also recently added a mode that displays just the last taken picture until a new one comes in, so that there might be a different use case to do that. For example, we had a teacher send us a use case where he was using a photo presenter to document his class's progress. So the people in the class, the students in the class would submit their work to him, and it would show up on PartySnapper on the screen, and so people would be able to follow and give feedback, and the next version, and talk about what's going on. And he had, in the end, he had like a collection of pictures that documented the progress that his students were making throughout the class. And for that, you can use the mode that just displays the last submitted image as long until a new one comes in. We also have like more basic pen and zoom kind of one picture after the other display modes as well.
Today's edition of MacVoices is brought to you by lynda.com, the unparalleled online video training library. Get a 10-day unlimited pass to all of their great content by visiting lynda.com/MacVoices. I love having lynda.com as a sponsor of MacVoices because there are few things I enjoy more than learning something new, and that's exactly where lynda.com shines. You can learn all about programs like Excel and Adobe Illustrator. You can learn all about web-based software and services like WordPress, HTML, and CSS. Or you can learn about completely non-tech things like negotiating, management, and finance. Or hardware-oriented courses focusing on 3D printing or the iPhone. That's the great thing about lynda.com. There's something for everyone. Today, just waiting for you. But what about tomorrow? No problem. lynda.com is adding new courses every week at a staggering rate, updating current subjects and expanding into new topics all the time. Go paperless with lynda.com. Learn about body language, or make sense of accounting. With over 3,000 courses in all, I promise you won't be bored. Want to make something happen in your life? Start with a 10-day free trial at lynda.com/MacVoices and sample any of those 3,000 videos to get started. And when I say sample, I mean watch any of the videos the whole way through, start to finish, no restrictions. Watch them on your Mac or your iPhone or your iPad. Whenever you have some time and the urge to learn, lynda.com is right there, waiting for you to up your game. You can help me out by signing up for that free trial at lynda.com/MacVoices. That's lynda.com/MacVoices, so they know you heard about them here. Most important, though, is that you help yourself out by increasing your business, technology, and creative skills with the amazing variety of information lynda.com offers. One more time, that's lynda.com/MacVoices for a free 10-day full unlimited trial. Once you start, you won't want to stop. Thanks to lynda.com for their support of MacVoices. So again, you've made it very useful, very friendly. You talked about moderation will be coming soon. Right now, I guess it's just there's no way for me to see pictures before they come in and get displayed.
No, yeah, that's correct. So we are basically banking on the social context, policing people not to send any awful stuff. And I think for most private parties, this will work quite well. It's more fun this way because people don't have to wait for you to approve their images. In a more public environment, of course, there are other concerns that are more important than the pure fun aspect. But if you set up a PartySnapper photo wall at an event and see how people react to it when they see their pictures appear instantly on the big screen, that is exactly the kind of moment we want them to experience.
I can see this for so many uses. I'm sure there are people out there saying, "I don't get it." Think about for a second. Well, think about for a second a wedding. You know, there was a time, at least I remember it, when people would get those little throwaway cameras, the disposable cameras. They'd put them at every table at a wedding reception, and then you'd shoot the pictures, and then they develop them. You never saw them, but maybe the bride and groom, got to enjoy them. This is something that could be done in real time. It gathers up the data for you. I think, birthday parties. I'm even thinking about some corporate events where you have a roving photographer or two with an iPhone, even if you wouldn't open it up to the attendees, that could capture candid moments, and the kind of things you would want to share. Mm-hmm. And as you say, everybody loves to see their picture up on the big screen.
Yeah, these are exactly the same use cases we had in mind when we were designing this. Yeah, absolutely. Any kind of gathering, basically, where people want to keep the memory of later on is a good candidate for using PartySnapper.
And it is, once again, to be clear, outside of the discussion we had earlier about Wi-Fi, this is an iOS total solution. We don't have to have a Mac involved.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Wow. So we always ask the question, what kind of money does PartySnapper go for? So
it's always free for people at the party to download PartySnapper and snap pictures. That is the part that is free. If you are a party host, we offer 3 packages, a 7-day package at just $4.99 for people who want to run just one party and use PartySnapper just once and never again, maybe, or maybe just next year again or something like that. We also have a 30-day package. This is kind of an experiment. I'm not sure if people are having heavy partying months, but we'll see if some people can be cajoled to purchase that. And we have an unlimited package, which is about $30, $29.99, and that allows you to use PartySnapper unlimited, no time limits or photo limits or photographer limits. Forever, basically.
I want to come back to that, but I want to make sure we get it here. So the timed licenses or the timed versions, they don't have any other limitations. It's just in time.
No, it's just a time limitation. There's also a free mode that you can use, for trying it out. Basically, it's if you have a afternoon tea or want to show it to your friends, or you want to decide if you want to use it at your wedding, you can try it out, and that's limited to just 10 pictures. But that's you can try out if it works for you, and if it's something you want to dive into deeper, and then get one of the other packages.
It's a really intriguing model to do that, instead of just saying, okay, I want you to pay me $30 and then you have unlimited use. To be able to say, yeah, we'll give it to you for a weekend, for that wedding, for that birthday party. You can use it, you get all the feature set, and you aren't spending nearly as much money. I mean, in the first place, I don't think $30 is a huge investment for something like this, but you've taken some of the barriers away to experimenting with it a little, and I love that. It's so typical Boinx, thinking outside the box a little.
Yes, we sometimes we do that a little too much.
We've had some of those discussions, I think, all over.
Yes, exactly.
So,
but I think yes, it's an interesting proposition. It's something that we wanted to try out. Give people the possibility to just use temporarily licensed software, and we'll see if it works out.
I hope so. I hope people appreciate the flexibility and that creativity in this. And I personally think they should just jump right to the $30 model and $33 model.
Me too. I can't agree more.
Great. So, and it's in the iOS App Store. So
absolutely,
go get it. It's pretty simple. Sounds simple to me. So again, I'm not going to try to tease you in telling me what you're bringing to NAB, but how much of a presence are you bringing to NAB, and why NAB this year? Is it just the fact that we've lost Macworld and doing some others, or are you all focused a little more in that area now?
So we are not actually at NAB. We are at the New Media Expo, which is this year held in conjunction with the NAB on the NAB shore floor in the North Hall. It's a sort of like a separate little area. I think it fits quite well with Boinx TV, which is the big thing we're going to be showing there. Boinx TV 2, a new upcoming new version, we've been to NAB before, but it's very hard to get a booth in the South Hall, and it's also very expensive. So we were using a shared space on the Bavarian booth, and that was in the central hall, and we didn't have as many people just walking by, because the topical area we would have had to be in the South Hall for the being in the right spot for our audience. And I think now New Media Expo is much more people that are our dream customers for Boinx TV. And I think that by being at the New Media Expo, we don't have to do that much work in getting people to come to us, because they will come there for all the other vendors as well. So, and also because that's the area where people looking for good solutions for video podcasting, stuff like that, are gonna go. And so we decided to return to NAB basically because NMX is there, but it's a good coincidence. We will also have something to show for the broadcasters, for the real professional broadcasters, so for the first time we'll give them something that they could use, and we'll have, of course, Boinx TV 2 and demo that, and it's going to be great. We are actually the studio I'm in right now is actually part of the booth that we're going to be having there. So we'll have a green screen studio built on our booth, and we'll show some really, really cool stuff.
Great. Well, I'm going to definitely look forward to seeing you there, and we will talk more about Boinx TV when we're in Las Vegas and it's actually out.
Absolutely.
And you're showing it. Yeah. How about the whole stable of Boinx products? It's been a while since we've had a chance to talk. Anything else that's had major updates or that you want to particularly highlight?
We are always improving our products, and the other big product that has been worked on right now is, of course, for the Magico. We are up to version 4.5.5 now. I think it's still waiting for review in the App Store, but it was released just the other day. And we're working on something nice, a nice add-on for photographers who want to play their slideshows at the point of sale or in their shopping window or something like that, or on a trade show. We'll have a nice little app for them soon. Hope in maybe next month or two, and that I think we'll meet again and talk about that.
Great.
So we'll have a lot of things to talk about this year, I think.
Great. I'm so glad to hear it. I'm so glad to hear it, and I'm so looking forward to seeing you in Las Vegas for NMX and NAB as well. It should be a good time, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm so psyched that I get to go back to Las Vegas and be at a trade show there. It's always a blast. It's gonna be a tough 4 days, but we are not getting younger. That's what I'm saying.
And you and I are planning on getting together for dinner. So, folks, if you never hear from us again, you'll know that something didn't go well. So PartySnapper is in the iOS App Store. To learn about PhotoMagico, Boinx TV, and everything else that you all do, the website is?
Boinx.com, Boinx.com.
Great. Oliver, it's great to see you, and I look forward to seeing you in person in Vegas.
Yeah, thank you. I'm always happy to talk to you, and thank you for having me. And see you in Las Vegas.
It's always a pleasure. Folks, I hope you'll join us back here. We plan to have a lot of coverage from NAB and NMX in Las Vegas. Definitely go check out PartySnapper and check out all the Boinx products. They come at things from just a little bit different angle, and it's always kind of a fun angle, and it's a very useful angle. I love their software. Until the next time, and as always, thanks for watching. Visit MacVoices.com for links, show notes, to subscribe, to connect with Chuck on Twitter, Google+, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and the MacVoices blog. Subscribe to our weekly newsletter, the MacVoices Dispatch, to stay up to date on all the latest MacVoices news from our front page or at MacVoices.com/newsletter. Do more with your Apple tech by subscribing to the free MacVoices magazine on Flipboard by visiting MacVoices.com/magazine. Advertising and sponsorships handled by Backbeat Media at backbeatmedia.com. Bandwidth provided by CacheFly at cachefly.com.